All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from that short break. We're going to be getting into the last map now between Virtus.pro and Kinguin, and I'm flanked by my two bows, my two besties.
Yeah, they felt bad. They was like, oh, we
Anders.
haven't even shown Fifth Learn on cam.
I know, right? That's the thing, man. They've been putting it off. You know, we've been waiting for that wombo combo, that moment. Nobody would be expecting it. All right.
And I think that they, you know, you started off this whole segment with like, we're back from a very short break.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. Say no more, say no more. And no, these guys, these aren't just for commercial, right?
You can't actually drink them.
You can't actually drink them. And, you know, this is basically like, I might as well get an IV right now because Monster, man, that's what it's all about right now.
Trying to stay alive. Thorin or Sid, like, look,
but
it went to cash, which is really good news. And obviously, VP are looking, I don't know, kind of slow and kind of like uncoordinated. This is like, this is like the second tier VP. We need to see like the first tier VP.
This is like the third tier VP, man.
Yeah.
This is a real struggle for Virtus.pro. But then, again, it's like
this map favors VP a lot, though.
Cash,
yeah, exactly, cash. Coming into Dust 2, even if VP was shaky, it's a map that you don't want to play Kinguin on. Just considering the fact that, sure, the other maps that's in the map pool, it's not really necessarily like good maps for like specific like aimers being like the kind of play that they have. Whereas for Dust 2, it's very mixy, right? Whereas for Cash now, they're not going to get away with that because you have like, I mean, I love Neo on this map, being the seat side on the B bomb side. I feel like he does a really good job in locking that down himself, and it just gives VP so much room to work with, like mid area, like going aggressive, because they actually do have, you know, him just staying there the whole round and staying alive, and that's very important. So I had a hard time seeing Kinguin winning one map, but winning Cash, no, it doesn't matter.
Do you feel like there's too much information because you were just rattling that off, and at the same time I'm thinking, okay, TaZ on short, byali at forklift, like all these predictable positions that VP tend to go to. Do you think that's a lot of information for Kinguin to work off of? Whereas again, Virtus.pro, they're not going to have much to go off of when it comes to Kinguin's play.
I mean, I think it's a little bit like with Navi. Even though you know they're going to be slow on the T side, and you should be able to use that against them, it's still very difficult. Because I think it's absolutely true. Neo plays his position so well.
True.
And I understand what you're saying, but I still feel like it's going to be hard for Kinguin to use it correctly. It should be, you know, something that they could put into play, but I don't think they can do it like that.
I mean, hopefully they actually have like set strats on this map. They didn't have that on train. Taking a bomb site on Cash is extremely difficult if you don't have the smokes and the Molotovs.
That's what I was about to say. You know, have they actually been able to put the time in to get these smokes down? I mean, a lot of those big rounds that you see teams, you know, they have to turn to like those set strategies that takes time to actually develop. Who's throwing which smoke?
Yeah.
What's the timing for the flash? Like, all this needs to be figured out for Kinguin.
And there's an additional problem as well, is that a lot of the time on this map, if you're down smokes and Snax is anywhere nearby, he's actually going to be playing around them quite effectively. And you know, that's where you need a lot of communication as well. And that's where actually language becomes a problem, because it's one thing to call out a standard spot, like everyone can call out, you know, he's by the truck, and on Cash, you know where that is. Doesn't really matter if you're speaking English or Swedish or Portuguese, but if you have to call out that Snax is now, you know, flanking around the smoke somewhere, and like you've just seen it, you know, the sort of the micro communication that goes on has to be really on point, and that's going to be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, and but overall, I've been kind of impressed by Kinguin this series. Sure, like a lot of the rounds that they won was mainly VP making a lot of mistakes, but the fact that they actually are taking it to a third map versus VP, like I would have never guessed that, especially considering how they played yesterday. Sure, it was only a best of one, but it was very sloppy from like a play for Kinguin.
Hard to get that read, right? Especially, I mean, it's like the first map they're coming through. They've already said that they actually don't expect anything coming into this tournament as well, because they had to interrupt their boot camp to come here. So to me, that like all this could add up where it's like you have phenomenal aimers, they have zero expectations, so they don't have any pressure on themselves, and they have the element of surprise because nobody actually knows what they're going to do. A lot of that, we could have the recipe for an upset. And Virtus.pro right now, they're looking a little shaky to me. So I'm going to stick by the 2-1 VP, but I think there's a real chance that Kinguin right now could take a fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stick with this. I may have 2-0, but I still think VP are going to win this here on the third map. I think actually this map is more likely that they'll win it than Train or Dust 2 was. But you know, that mentality can also backfire. I mean, if you come into a map thinking this is our map, we're really good on it, and we know they're probably not, so we're just going to do it. You get off to a bad start, and let's be honest, out of the 4 pistol rounds we've had, Kinguin have won 3 of them. They can start at this map by winning a pistol round, and VP starts to tilt a little bit. There's definitely a chance. I mean,
I felt the same way about Train. They looked very comfortable on train, Virtus.pro, a little bit too much, I'd say. Probably thinking, well, you know, Kinguin, they don't play this map, whatever, we probably practiced against them on this map online a few times, and they haven't been solid. Coming to Cash, this used to, like for me at least, this used to be one of VP's best maps.
Well, this
is like the third map. It should be like a no-brainer.
Virtus.pro have shown in the past that they're prone to falling to the underdogs, or at least, you know, making a real battle out of it when they should just kind of stomp their way through, all of Fnatic or TSM. Yeah. Like those teams, they get the lead, they don't let go of that lead. You're pretty much dead. Like Virtus.pro right now, they're doing a really good job of making it difficult for themselves. You know, that's the long and short of it. You know, they're taking these fights. They seem a little disjointed. They allow for 1v4 clutches to happen, things that should never happen. But, you know, then that's what we also need to remind people is that a lot of the time, for those kinds of clutch plays to happen, somebody has to be making the mistake. And Virtus.pro, they seem to be prone to doing that right now.
Yeah, I'm curious what kind of style that Kinguin are going to be playing once they get to the terrorist side, because we saw them on train play fairly slowly when we were sort of advocating that to try and go a little bit quicker. On Cash, you know, I wouldn't say it's as easy being aggressive, but you can do it, especially if you realize that NEO is going to be playing alone on B, which does happen every once in a while. You can get the mid control and sort of flank in through vent and go fairly aggressive on B. You can sometimes get to sort of sandwich him in a little bit. And I don't know, I'd still love to see a little bit more, you know, a little bit more pressure from Kinguin once they play the terror side to try and force some of those aim battles instead of playing slowly.
I mean, one thing that really works well against VP, considering the fact that they do like to take mid control, like 3 mid, and then Neo all by himself at B, right? It's a very fast B play, but you have one guy go mid that Molotovs into vent room. You can just push either, you're either going to kill off Neo right away, or he's going to push it back into site, and the rotation is not there, considering they kind of run through vents. They just take advantage of the fact that he's playing there by himself. I think you don't see that too often, though.
The big thing here that we need to keep an eye on, though, is money for Virtus.pro. And Neo, a lot of the time, yes, okay, he can lock down that site with the rifle, but he becomes a true threat when he can hold that long line with the op, because he really does love to get into checkered and have that line into B halls. And he's such a versatile player. That's what's making the difference over there. That's what makes him the threat and allows for VP to leave him, is because their opponents are always kind of guessing. What's Neo doing?
Yeah.
I mean, on the A side as well, byali, like I said, you know, when I think Virtus.pro on CT, I'm thinking byali at forklift. Pretty much, and TaZ supporting short,
change,
right?
By the way? So there was a forklift change last night.
Ooh.
Gotta check the Reddit.
I think I was sleeping last night.
It was the only thing was basically, you know, the chair on the forklift, they lowered it. So there's like less blockage now.
Okay, that's actually a big change, because it used to be that like the wall bang, you did like nil damage to that thing.
So they fixed that now, so it actually lowers now. So if you actually stand there, you're actually going to be able to kill them off.
Yeah, my guess would be that's going to favor the terror side more than the
it would.
side.
Yeah.
Get that headshot faster.
Because it was very glitched.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that thing's a nightmare when you're wall banging through it, right? You never know what you're going to hit.
Yeah.
But guys, we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get right into this match. It's the closing match here in this best of 3. Kinguin have surprised everybody essentially by taking it to a third map. Apart from me, I called it 2-1. But you know, we're going to go into it now. It's going to be Cash.
Semler, I'm done.
Take a walk, bro. Take a walk.
I'm going to do some corny as well. Semler, you're a monster.
What's the? Oh wow.
Hey. Cheers, mate. Cheers.
What's the saying? Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I like that.
It's going to be Virtus.pro starting on the terrorist side, and they are not wasting any time. A lot of decoys in the middle, and then the rest of the team up there, but Fox is going to land an incredible shot through the smoke, and Bomb is obviously going to go down here, planted a little bit outside of default, so good job there on VP, just trying to see if they can switch it up a bit. It's going to be a 4v3 retake now as Dennis picks up a kill, and byali by the forklift. You said it, Semler, but he's going to get overrun. He gets a kill and goes down to Rain, and Maikelele going to pick up a kill. It's down to Neo in a 1v4. He picks up a kill and dies, and the Norwegian player picking up a double at the end.
Yeah, I actually really like the play from him. We're playing a retake instead of just trying to fight, because most of the times when you have 5 terrorists with Glocks rushing you, with 4 having armor, you can't hold that site. It's better to retake it, you know, let them plant and just stick with the long duels and just make sure they don't fall back, because you only had Neo really in a good position there. Everyone else was basically stuck on the side, so...
And get a lucky shot through the smoke. Fox, I mean, he drops the bomb carrier with just a random tap shot through the smoke into CT main, or into A main rather. So, I mean, that's an ideal situation. Off of that bomb plant, though, Virtus.pro, they aren't going to waste any time. They feel like it was close enough, so they're going to go for the force buy here, not wanting Kinguin to get too much money on their side. They go for the Tech 9. They go double scout as well. So curious to see how this pans out, considering VP have gone for a slower paced round.
Yeah, so when you see that teams buy 2 scouts, obviously it's not going to be a fast run. It's not going to be an AnVyUs strat where they smoke it off and just rush A. Here is mainly, you know, like, okay, try and get a few shots on the board and then end up going in with your C-sets and Tech 9s.
And looks like Dennis, he was playing connector as well. He's already been picked up, so that scout doing damage. And there's Neo with the headshot onto Fox to open things up.
Wow, and they smoke, and Neo's going to run through. This is a great mind game. Scream stuck in checkered, and this is going to get very tricky. Takes down one. Neo actually comes, or Snax comes back for him, and Scream going to be spraying down. Almost gets the kill. He finally picks up that one, and Neo is going to be alone. He's got a double yes, and he's almost going to get the triple. They line up for him. What are they doing? That could have been a 2-for-1 shot for Neo, and he still would have had a hard time winning the round, but no reason to give away anything for free here. Is he going to be able to get the bomb plant down at least? Running right in while reloading. Maikelele gets that kill. That was a very scary round. I actually think VP, I don't know.
I mean, Neo actually rushed through the smoking seat spawn and actually got one more, so it was a 5-on-3 situation. They didn't clear out checker area though, so Scream, again, staying alive, actually getting, I think, 3 there.
Yeah, and did it seem to you like there was some miscommunication? I think they weren't aware until very late that Scream, like, they didn't know where he was, I think. Yeah. There was some confusion there on the VP side.
He took that one shot. That one bullet with the FAMAS is what gave him away. That's when they realized, wait a second. Yeah. And then, of course, Snax, like, runs in point blank, and Scream, of course, with the reaction times that he has, able to get that headshot instantly. But VP, pistols, nothing too fancy here for them. Neo, he's got a little bit of extra money due to the kills, so he invests in the P250 and a handful of nades. Gonna set it up for the B-rush, so we'll see if VP can actually pull this off.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm actually not a big fan of the way Fox was holding there, because they can close the distance so fast, and especially with FAMAS, but now he's a little bit further back, and he's got some backup as well close by, so I'm liking it more.
Making pretty damn sure Scream isn't back there this time either. Still running straight back behind the box and checker. TaZ does get overwhelmed, so... Well, no, rather, that's Fox, my mistake. TaZ actually getting the kill, but still, solid hold for Kinguin, all things considered, and VP now go into their first buy round. So now we get to see exactly what VP have in store for us. Is it going to be standard stuff, or are they going to try and put some pressure early on?
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, default right away, right off the bat, the first weapon round, you want to do a default, you want to see, is Pacheco going to buy? There we go. Just make sure you see the tendencies, right? Obviously, they will know for a fact that one of the Kinguin players will have an op, just based off that they have like basically 3 ops on their team. It's going to be interesting to see what Rain actually does with his SMG though.
Maikelele making this interesting as well. He's looking for the bait. Oh, you gotta love this mind games coming out from Maikelele right now. Closes the door, or opens it, but still somebody could have gone for the peek, and he even goes for the wall bang. Maikelele right now really playing with the mind games. I love it.
Well, a lot of shots ringing out back and forth, but nobody really connecting. Rain playing very close to the middle at the moment, hoping to catch someone who's just looking the wrong way. No one boosted up from either team, which is a bit unusual. Usually, you know, we'll see the terrorist team at least just having someone sitting there just in case it's needed. Neo gonna walk right in, and Rain with a perfect angle is gonna trade evenly, but it's AK for submachine gun. And Snax also dropping very low with Dennis. Dennis easily picking up, gets another one, and couldn't get the third one, but still very great start here for Kinguin.
He's so on point right now, Dennis. We've seen this all best of 3 long. The shots that he lands, he's got such poise. He's so calm and collected when he goes into those kinds of fights. Anybody else might have just sprayed randomly. But he readjusts, and now on the A site, they're looking for the man holding quad boxes. byali lands that headshot on Scream. So a 1v2 situation, and TaZ able to bring this to a 1v1, taking out Scream in the end. It's going to be Fox, the last man standing here for Kinguin, and the bomb plant default here for TaZ, not wasting any time or going for any tricks, and that's solid on his part. Instantly gets the peek, and he loses the duel to Fox. So in the end, Kinguin, they win this key round.
Yeah, it was looking dire from the start for VP when Rain got the entry, but having TaZ at least get the bomb down, I guess better than nothing. I don't know why we're not seeing the money.
Good question, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna go for it here.
Yeah, this one so calm and collected here, just tapping away on the second one.
It was a thing of beauty, and it's good to see Dennis has still got that level because he's been out of the game for so long. It seems like he's kind of kept on top of his mechanics at least, because he's still got that aim.
In my opinion, Dennis is one of those players who's a little bit like Forrest, who can give up. He can just give it up for a long time and come back and play again. I don't think Dennis is ever going to be like in a huge slump like that, even taking a couple of breaks. It's a bit scary. That's also why I hold him in quite high regard like that. Neo dropping low already, and they've done a little bit of damage to Rain, but that's not going to be good enough here. Pop flash in, and an easy kill don't have to make it too complicated on Kinguin. This is a great defense already set up here. Maikelele, did he really hit that shot through, or was it someone else? I think it was, yeah. And Dennis gets the kill, and Maikelele and Scream to finish the round 5-0, and the tilt is real right now for VP.
Yeah, no bomb plant. No bomb plant, no bonus money.
Yeah, and they're not actually getting anything done. Getting picked apart, really not working together.
And you're right, Fifth, because you pointed this out earlier. You know, this is like CT side is where Kinguin should be standing out because they've got that aim. You just hold your quadrant of the map and you get the job done when the targets are presented to you. So VP now are the ones who are really struggling with this. They go for a quasi-buy, just investing in some nades and pistols.
Yeah, and it's going to be somewhat of the envy smoke round play. Which I like. I mean, the thing is, when you have Maikelele play like this, he's been playing like this every single round, right? If you just, if he misses the initial shot with one flashbang, he's gonna go down.
Should be done, you're right.
And you're getting the bomb down. You can manage to get off the op as well. Pasha has it right now.
We're going for the clever boost behind quad boxes. Touchdown nade. They managed to relocate fast enough, VP to stay alive, to dodge that damage, and now it's gonna be Rain pressing forward. There's the spray. Double shot coming through. Rain and Dennis both getting the kills, and byali now the last man alive here to make it a little bit more expensive, but he's not gonna have any luck with that. Gets overwhelmed in the end.
Yeah, overall, good round by VP getting the bomb down. They're going to be able to pick up the op anyway, so it's not like too much of a money loss from Kinguin. But just get, and the thing is, if they notice these tendencies like again and again, where you have Maikelele all the way back on the A-bomb site, take advantage of that. You know, like that bomb flash, he's going to end up shooting once, he's going to get flashed. If you end up rushing that, he's going to go down. That position is only really good like every now and then, but he's been playing that same position every single round.
See if VP are going to be able to pick up on it, but I mean, right now you got to give a lot of credit to Kinguin here. It's 6-0, and VP are looking for their first round here on the third map, by the way. And if you lose here, then you're out. That's it.
There's no safety net.
And for VP, that definitely be a big shock. I mean, against Kinguin, they're definitely heavily favored, but not only have VP been a little bit slow out of the gates, and Kinguin have actually just been impressing us. So yeah, it's kind of worked out that way, and if they can continue to defend like this, they're going to start building a pretty good bank in VP.
Tricky.
Having a really hard time.
Yeah, very tricky stuff. They clear this out with a Molotov. Scream falls out of it. He might have been spotted, and then Dennis walks his way up mid, gets in there, but Pasha, looking to vent, still holding that angle, will find the headshot. So the trick doesn't pan out for Kinguin at all in the end, and Virtus.pro can now work their way up mid. Neo there to support with the AWP.
Oh, but there's Maikelele picking up Pasha. Does not want to go for a re-peek there, which is a good idea. Rain takes down one and wants to go for a second one. Neo now rushing up Speedway, and Maikelele trying to buy some time, and he's going to look the wrong way. So Neo, easy pick off there. A 2v3, and VP, they've got the good bomb plant. It should be very, very tough here for Kinguin to come and retake this bomb site.
Not sure if he spotted the second man, but he will get shot in the side of the face there by Fox. Now both players playing the back of the site, one in squeak door, one in quad boxes, neither of them peeking here, Virtus.pro. They've learned their lesson so far. I think that they are going to try and play this patient, considering the bomb is planted for the man holding squeak. Snax, though, going to draw him out, and he will actually win that duel. Fox going to charge forward, looking for the kill, and will find it in the end. He's got the time as well. He had that kit, so easy to fuse, and Kinguin with the making that retake look easy, even after what looked like a bit of miscommunication there. Neo able to come up short, no problem at all, and take Maikelele like that, an easy kill there. Like, how did they not know that Neo was playing from short?
Well, you saw, I mean, the reason why he lost the retake there as well, like, Neo was in such a bad position. Yeah. He was basically stuck by the electric box. Yeah, you see here, there's no one even peeking for him on his back. When he's there, he's like, okay, guys, I'm stuck. Like, someone has to hold, like, mid-area for me.
Someone has to challenge short.
Yeah. No one did. Instead, they do the reverse. Like, obviously, going into train, they over-peaked. But there's a difference between over-peaking and also just trying to help your teammate out. You just basically sold Dio there and you ended up costing the round, so.
Well, TaZ gonna go down. I think Snax is sneaking through the smoke over at the B-bomb side, but Maikelele is on a tear right now, picking up 2. And this is looking absolutely horrendous for the Virtus.pro team. And you gotta think that this is like, we were talking about tilting earlier, but it seems like they're in free fall at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're not doing anything together. By the looks of it, doesn't even look like they're communicating to one another. Going one by one, as TaZ ended up going down, you had more than one player there as well. Like, if you're gonna end up peeking Maikelele on that position, you want to make sure you get the kill. It doesn't matter if he ends up getting a 4 kill, you want to at least try to do it, since that was your original plan.
2-on-4 with 45 seconds left, and Snax given the opportunity to pick up 2 kills. Scream challenging him, but Rain will find the headshot in the end. That's going to leave it down to Neo here, but Fox still alive on the B side, been very patient so far, hasn't peaked, and in the end he gets rewarded for that. Finds the last shot and finds the kill, brings it to an 8-0 lead here for Kinguin in this map.
I mean, this is where VP should really do like tactical timeout, and this is where you're supposed to, like the coach is supposed to be able to step in and say, all right, look guys, no more, no more bitterness, no more tilting. Let's just try and get back into this game here because this is spinning completely out of control. Even an auto sniper for Dennis.
Yeah, this is where it starts to get out of hand. Full nades as well here for Kinguin, everything they need. And then it's just looking for the boost, looking for the early boost here from Virtus.pro. Not going to happen though. VP deciding to push in with the bomb into A main this time.
Yeah, I really hope that they go fast here, but it looks like it's going to.
Yeah, Maikelele not going to hit that shot.
This is where you go.
At the follow-up there onto Snax. Nobody there to support him, and Maikelele taking out byali, just wrecking house right now. He's still got 12 HP. He could have hit that shot, but mid-air, Neo's going to be able to pick him off with that MP7. Neo now the last man alive in a 1v2.
Yeah, great Molotov, though, to block him for putting down the bomb. I mean, he's not even picked it up, but if he had, he wouldn't be able to, and that's going to buy time for the last member of Kinguin to show up here. He's got, I mean, if he gets the kill on Fox here, it's doable, but...
The Fox is all the way in mid. I think Fox was actually thinking of cutting through warehouse there. Kind of thinking about it. They're thinking this might be a B-side play, but that bomb is going to get planted, and Dennis, you should be close enough to hear the ticking. He decides to just rush in forward alone. I mean, he's trying to catch Neo out of position before he can get into a good afterplant, but Fox hits such a sick headshot. Neo doesn't even see him.
Yeah, again, Maikelele getting those 2 frags onto a bomb site. Ended up going down. Obviously, he can't stay alive forever, but he basically did his part. Because when you don't, if you don't rush him right away, the rotation will come in from mid. Because that's where Kinguin have their base camp, right? So. Yeah, overall, it's just as of right now, I just feel like VP is playing extremely sloppy.
It's the Virtus.pro meltdown.
Yeah, we do see Molotovs again here now. Again, I would run the same A play, use the Molotovs.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, it's all working out. I mean, Kinguin, they've had a lot of fans from the beginning, but I feel like now some of those are actually getting rewarded for cheering for them because. They take out Virtus.pro in a best of 3 on LAN as well, being invited, sort of last minute of the tournament. That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, they're outplaying VP right now.
He still trades. Scream still gets a 1-for-1 out of that situation when there's like 3 people facing him. That's insane. It is a 1-for-1 trade. That still favors VP, but that should have been a 1-for-none. And now Neo, he manages to pick off Dennis. So Virtus.pro, they're now poised. They're ready to take a site. They've got a minute left, and once again, instead of just committing to it, they're going to try and back it off. I suppose going off of info from TaZ, I mean, he's waiting over in Squeak right now. But that bomb is going to make its way back to A main, and it's going to be a free plant here for VP.
Maikelele does get the kill on Neo, but you're right, they've walked right in here. Kinguin going for the retake once again, and look at this, they've actually got 3 Molotovs left here, and that could be a huge factor for the CT side. If they just simply burn out where all the T positions are, it's going to be a bit rough, but Pasha with a good shot, Maikelele with another return here, making it a double, and we're in a 2v2. Can they make these grenades work? Smoke off into main, also very clever as they join up to clear out the back of the site here. TaZ is going to go down, a triple kill for Maikelele.
Plant as well?
It is. Well, it's all right, but it doesn't matter. Rain ends up getting it, and Maikelele could defuse it from the corner, so it actually is a bad plant. You're right. What a round from Maikelele. Triple kill and 10-0 for Kinguin.
I mean, right now, like, the retakes coming in from Kinguin, I really love the fact that they actually they take a chance. They're like, okay, well, just skip A completely. If they manage to go there, we'll just try and retake it to the best of our abilities. And every single round they've been doing so, and VP they don't have an answer for it.
They retake it no problem at all.
Yeah.
And you think maybe when Fox gets caught trying to push it to A main, that's the moment. But then somebody gets caught out by Maikelele. They bring it back to a 2-on-2. And Kinguin, I mean, a lot of it just seems to be intuitive on their part. There's the flash, the push, and Fox actually falls to Neo, but double push. Scream there to follow up, get that refrag, turn it back around.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah, and this is some of the basic stuff that we weren't seeing too much of on Train, where they actually set each other up so that they can get the refrags here. So it seems like Kinguin are also slowly adapting, or they've just had a bit more practice on cash. Either way, it's working out quite well for them. And let's see if they can follow up this round. They've got a very aggressive push into A main, which means that they're going to know a lot about what VP are doing. You see Rain is holding over here, so he's going to be able to call that no one is even on this side of the map. And as they hear the sounds and check it here, it's going to be a clear giveaway. Screaming on it with 1 kill, but Dennis coming up from behind. He can't see anything with the smoke. It's going to be quick out. Maikelele going down, and Dennis trying to get, I think, a bunch of kills, but only gets the 1.
Will at least manage to get that, but now this should be a situation that VP cannot lose. Flash in, there's the drop, and there's the shot. Rain, he picks up the first. And he didn't get the second kill. They just turned the X-ray off, but he gets that headshot box. And now he's actually going to be able to look onto the site. TaZ trying to wrap around, takes the fight, and Rain actually pulls it off. A 1v2 retake on the B site. There's the clutch.
Yeah, you know, I think we brought this up once before, but, you know, Bruce Lee, he said be water, but I say be rain. This guy is so good at this game.
I was going to say rain, have my babies, but I mean, yours work as well.
14, 2, and 5 here for the Norwegian player. You know, there was a lot of talk about when he got, you know, got bought out from LGB, and people were saying, oh, Kinguin offered a ridiculous price, and I don't know if they ever actually did that. I don't know if that was ever confirmed, but people were saying he's not even worth that much. Like, surely he's not that good, but he is that good, guys.
Rain is a monster.
Yeah, he's really good, and I mean, I wouldn't really say that VP did something wrong. They were just trying to take check control, and he managed to get the kill. So it was just really nice play by Rain.
He hits that timing.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the sandbags play yet here from Kinguin, so they're changing it up. And Maikelele is able to take out Snax. We saw Rain actually push forward and take out byali as well. Maikelele just wreaking havoc, continuing to dominate in mid. Finally, a headshot comes through. Finally, TaZ is able to put an end to it. But it's still a man advantage here for Kinguin going onto the side. I mean, they're even going to be able to get the boost out here. Scream, he's going to be able to wreak havoc.
I mean, they're playing so good right now, Kinguin. And VP just seems broken.
And there it is, misses the shot, Neo. There's his timing gone. He's going to try and get out into the open, but a smoke goes down to block off shorts. That forces him to go into CT. He's just trying to pull a fast one here. He's trying to get a turn of speed, but it's just not meant to be. Rain peeks in, finds that headshot. Neo, too many places he had to look. This is just completely out of control now. What's supposed to be like an 8-7, 9-6 map, Kinguin are just completely destroying that.
Yeah, I mean, they're, again, it's not like they're doing anything amazing in terms of tactical wise, right? They're just landing the shots. Like Maikelele at some point, you have Rain that's also obviously just clutched a massive round for Kinguin as well, just keeping in the momentum that they have going right now.
Virtus.pro, I guess, with a hope right now of making it 12-3 and then mounting some sort of insane comeback on the second half. Seems highly unlikely. It's very, very hard to imagine how they're going to pull this off. And counter Molotov's coming out as well. Maikelele will miss a shot, but backup is coming in quick, and Rain is already here. Just firing from above, getting a double kill, and Maikelele to help out. It's going to be TaZ, last man alive in a 1v3. And Kinguin have already shown that they can retake this A bomb site just fine.
Yep.
Yeah, he has to step forward to take that fight as well. He gets just completely caught out.
Wow.
So.
This is very unexpected.
But this is also CT side, man. Like, they have those aimers. Like, right now, Maikelele, Rain, both of them having such a huge impact. Like, that's it right there. And the fact that Scream also is hitting headshots over on that B side. So it's like, you go A, you're going to get trounced. Maikelele is rotating mid, so he's putting pressure there. And then Scream over on that B side is just doing work. Wherever VP go, they're running into one of these top fraggers.
Yeah, I mean, this meltdown on Virtus.pro is a bit worrying. I feel like, especially with the coach, especially with, I don't know, having a lot of experience, and as we said, they've been together for such a long time, they should be able to somehow snap themselves out of this at some point, you know? Where's the tactical timeout? Where's the...
Yeah, I mean, that should have happened like 6 rounds ago. Yeah. At least. When they start finals ago, the stuff that we're doing right now, it's not working. Like, we need to...
Ah, well... byali looks like he's fed up with it. He's going to catch Rain as well. Of course, he knows that if a boost happens, there's a second man there. Pasha opens up on this B side. Fox is gone, but hey, Scream is there with that pop flash. Is going to be so sick. It goes off, but they are in the correct angle to deal with it. Still wins the duel versus Snax. But VP continue to press forward onto the B side. Scream holding the line. Scream with the triple headshot, just stopping him cold. Brings it back to a 2-on-2, and he could get the ace. He's doing the damage, and he opens it up for Maikelele. But that's a quad kill from Scream, completely single-handedly turning it around, making it possible for Maikelele to come into it. Maikelele nearly burns alive.
Just what the hell are we witnessing?
Oh.
This is not what I was expecting waking up this morning. Scream is going to go for it.
And he actually wins the round.
And he actually wins the round, yeah.
They go 1 by 1. Onto Scream, and he just manhandles. Oh my! I have no words. Like, can I take off that and just leave?
Like, man,
is this
right
real
now,
life?
dude? This is
Look
incredible.
At this. Look, one there. It's like, okay, let's try again. Okay, yeah, done. Oh, yeah, one more. Fine, yeah. Here we go.
And this is DM. This is what this guy does best right now. You might as well be
exactly.
facing bots just running at him.
1-1-1. Like, why?
Oh. Unbelievable.
Talk about soul shattering. How did VP come back from that?
No, I mean, there's...
Don't.
No, you don't. It's over.
Wow. 14-0 on cash. Virtus.pro against Kinguin, and it's Kinguin leading everything. Dennis in the middle to pick up one, but he will go down to Pasha there. Still swiftly returned by Scream onto Neo. This is just a complete meltdown, but also, I mean, honestly, like...
I've been very impressed by Kinguin this whole half.
It gives you a bit of hope that this international team concept might actually work out, because, let's be honest, if it's possible to create teams like this in Counter-Strike, we've got like a very different future ahead of us. Suddenly, there are a lot of other options that we've maybe never even thought about.
It gives a whole lot of breathing room, you're right. And English, man. Speaking English, Delito also probably making the big plays here, but there it is. Brain able to take out TaZ, so we're into a 3-on-2 situation here. Kinguin with the man advantage going into the retake. byali taking some damage, removing Scream from the map, so it is a 2-on-2. Odds are looking pretty good, although Rain finds the headshot on byali, so it is going to be down to Pasha, and they know exactly where he is. Rain just through the smoke, and a perfect half for Kinguin. Flawless CT half, 15-0 against VP.
If you're flaring it, you look soulless right now. You look like, even like, you know, you're somehow sharing in this loss for VP.
Yeah, I actually feel horrible for, well, just in general, actually. This isn't even like, okay, sure, it's Counter-Strike, but first of all, very impressed by Kinguin. You know, they did a lot of sick plays, clutch rounds. You know, you have big plays from Maikelele, Rain, and Scream at the same time. But then you see a completely shattered VP, not getting anything done, not working together whatsoever. Don't really have. And this is, again, it's VP. Like, these players are known for their aggressive plays.
What was the kills on Ream? Was it 21 in 15 rounds? Holy
21, 2 and 7. Jesus.
What a player.
YOLO.
Snax trying to hold inside, but the Glock train is coming, and Dennis going to pick up 2 kills like that. Scream with a headshot on Pasha. This is over and done. Ladies and gentlemen, Kinguin to take down Virtus.pro on the 3rd map in the series, 16-0. You've seen it here first. You got to wonder if it's going to be the last time ever, but what an impressive fight here for the European team.
I have no words. No words.
I don't think nobody could predict this.
No, and I think obviously now King will go up against Na'Vi. Na'Vi will not let that happen.
Well, Na'Vi themselves have said that they have trouble versus unpredictable teams in the past.
Yeah, but the thing is not that they have been unpredictable. There was their CT side, and it's not they didn't really do anything on Orthodox. Like you saw like an aggressive play one time from Frogs on B. You saw one in A connector. Overall, it was just like, you know, they were hitting their shots, and VP was not. No,
VP definitely were not. And I mean, multiple situations where VP took duels one after another, just not clicking at all.
Yeah, not playing together. It was just one-on-one, and that's something that you rarely see.
Uphill battle, you know, if you've been a Kinguin fan, you've been like, you know, I believe in this team, you've had a hard time proving yourself, right? Because there's been a lot of evidence that things have been like very shaky. So yeah, and a time to celebrate, guys. That was incredible.
Maybe that's what turns the line. Maybe that's you know, Delito also calling for that team. I mean, granted, it was CT. We saw B Rush, you know, at a T side, so kind of hard to say where they are on their cache. But as far as the aim is concerned, these guys are here.
Yeah,
and so that means that they will be playing later on tonight in the deciding match, essentially, to see who gets second seed coming out of this group.
I'm hearing nothing but noise.
Me too.
I can't even hear myself. Right, but I mean, that was the first best of 3, obviously, and I don't know, it's already kind of a big upset. The next one, I think, is Nip and Liquid.
Yes, that's going to be the next match. But before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and hear from James Duffield on the floor. He's got an interview for us. Okay, I guess not. Okay, so do we...
We're sending to an interview.
Thank you very much, guys. I am here with Scream. Firstly, what a game. Good game. I don't know what to say, seriously. That game was insane, seriously.
You've kind of shocked yourself there a little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy, seriously. I didn't expect to, yeah, don't know what to say about the game.
So, when we first came into this match, I interviewed Maikelele, and he was like, well, you know, we're a new team. We've not been playing that much together, but we're just going to have fun. He said he enjoyed playing VP. I guess you really enjoyed that. We
really enjoyed the game, but we never played train. Like actually, we never played train. It was a really difficult game, but we had a really good fight. And even if we didn't play the map, and yeah, I told my mates we gotta win this game. I mean, it's gonna be just 2 and Cash, and we had the momentum. We played really good on their best map, so yeah, we just did it.
What was going through the team speak at the end there when you were on like 15-0? It was like, or not even that, but like 10-0 upwards. Were you like, we can't lose this now? Or was there still that little bit in the back of your mind where you're like, okay, we just got to really concentrate?
Anything can happen in CS. Even if you win 15-0, you can still lose the game. Yeah. And yeah, we just focused every single round by round. And yeah, actually we won all the duels. We had the momentum.
And how has the in-game leader situation been for you? Because it's very different to what a lot of teams do. There's no in-game leader playing in the team, but you're actually using your coach as an in-game leader. We spoke a little bit before about that on the panel. How are you finding it personally?
I think this is going to be the future of CS, actually. Having 5 players playing really good skill-wise, aim-wise, and focus on their own game. Yeah, this is the first time we do it. This is the first game we do it, actually. And yeah, it's good. I mean, the communication is not the best at the moment because we're still new at this and we need practice. But I think it's going to be the future. With some practice, it's going to be good, really good.
And what was the main difference from yesterday's games where you lost? Is that the main difference? Because you didn't have your coach yesterday, right? Did you have him yesterday?
Yesterday, he was there, but he was not calling. He was just behind us. And there was no call. In-game leader, it was like everyone was talking at the same time. The communication was really bad. Yeah, it was really, really bad yesterday. And today we just talked about yesterday and we said we need a commando, guys. We need someone to take the commando, and so we can just focus on our own game and just headshot everyone. And
that's what you did. You headshot everyone.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm really proud of my mates, actually.
Yeah, man, you should be proud of that. It was a really, really impressive display, especially on that last map, and those were really close as well. Congratulations, you're still in it. And I'm going to pass back to the guys on the desk to analyse what we just saw there. 3 amazing maps.
Yeah, well, we can analyze it, guys, but there's no way to analyze a pounding like that the Virtus.pro guys just took from Kinguin. Never thought I would see a 16-0, not in this match, one way or the other, frankly. And it's just got to be said, that is, as much as people might want to credit Kinguin, that's a spectacular meltdown from Virtus.pro on a map that they realistically, it's arguably the best map. So I don't even know where to start with the dissection. I'll go over to Henry first of all. He was watching the game with me. We weren't even talking while we were watching the game. We were just witnessing something horrible.
Like, for me, like, there were so many more fundamental mistakes. Like, you could, like, some of the rounds, like, if you look at the scoreboard on CT, I think 10 of the rounds ended up in a defuse. So, like, every single clutch was going in favor of Kinguin. Like, there seemed to be those fundamental errors being made every single time the bomb was down. And every time it came down to an amazing individual performance from Kinguin, like most notably for me that round on Scream when he was in the B bomb site. But again, you have to question VP's approach to that round. Like the fact they were all kind of running at him one by one, they just seemed like the frustration levels were building and rising ever so much.
Well, we've got a clip from Scream actually. Just keep talking there, but we can bring it up and hopefully it's the clip that you are referencing.
Well, this is the one, yeah. So, like, normally in these situations, like, you're committing people to the bomb site and taking him down, like, but all the players are kind of holding different angles and trying to run at him one by one. There's no synergy there. They're not coming in together. And although you can't take anything away from Scream here, absolutely phenomenal stuff. It's like, this is vintage Scream, like, nothing but headshots, just drilling people running at him. But for me, like, you need to be pushing together and making sure you have that kind of team play coming into those situations.
I'll go one further than you there, Henry. That's just like the rain clutch all over again. There's no way you should be running at somebody like Scream 1v1, and you're even coming at him from different sides.
He got 5 headshots there, just saying. The last headshot was a wallbang. That's why I didn't kill him. But he got 5 headshots.
There was even an opportunity there where he changed his gun. And I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to do that. I've seen Scream do this in the past. I don't know if it's something to do with his setup, but where he goes to take the shot and the gun changes out. He did that there, and Virtus.pro still couldn't capitalize. Now, you can talk about, oh, he's made these headshots, it's great, it's amazing, but that's awful from Virtus.pro. That's absolutely awful.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
for huge rounds to happen, for big clutch plays like that, you have to have somebody making mistakes. That's the thing. And VP, this best of 3, we've seen nothing but those kinds of mistakes. It comes back to the rain clutch on train. Same exact sort of situation.
But exactly because they made that mistake on train, they shouldn't be making it again on cash. You know, that's essentially a mistake you're only allowed to make once per tournament, and so you shouldn't. I mean,
I guess by that point, actually, it was fairly academic. We all sensed that Kinguin were going to run away with it. But just to focus a little bit more on the Virtus.pro meltdown before we get into the Kinguin plaudits, I've got to say, we talked a lot about coaches and the differences they can make for the team. One of the things that I noticed when I was watching them in the area, and we saw it on camera, actually, at key points when things weren't going well, rather than Cuban sort of coming in and being a bit more authoritative, what was actually happening was he was like, when your parents get divorced when you're a kid, and you go, like, tell your mother to pass the salt, and the kid goes, mother, can you pass the salt to dad? It was like that. They were using, the coach was like the go-between for people in the team that were like arguing.
Seriously, bro. Seriously.
That's what it looked like to me.
No, but what happened was, it seems like Cuban, he's one of those coaches who doesn't actually talk during the game. He leaves it to the players. He's kind of a Vugo who kind of like sits there and says, these are their strategies. This is what you're going to do. If something gets way out of line, maybe he steps in, but it seems like he doesn't really have that big presence during the rounds. I
mean, there was clearly something wrong. The guys could barely look each other in the eye. You saw it at key points in the rounds, and, you know, it's no coincidence that it's TaZ and Pasha sort of sat at opposite ends of that team. We know they're volatile, but that's something I've never seen before. Usually they can pull something good out of that volatility. There was nothing good about that.
No.
Well, I mean, they also ended up in a situation here when, like, when it was like 8-0, why did no one call a timeout? Surely someone should have called a timeout.
We've discussed that before, right? The fact that they didn't even just say, we can actually pull this one back. Every round, like I said, there was 10 defuses in there, 10 clutch situations. The bomb's going down. They need to actually have the individual skill to pull it out. So the round, getting the bomb down is half the battle. Like, if you can get to that situation, you're doing something right. It's the team play and the chemistry towards the end of that clutch situation that was letting them down. So you're right. The fact they didn't take a pause is, like, questionable in itself. Like, why wouldn't they just take that time out, take 5 minutes, stop the momentum, and, like, slow everything down a little bit?
There's got to be something here, like some kind of backstory, something we're missing. We're missing the key.
Yeah, something's gone on.
You don't play like that without there being something big going on.
Yeah, definitely. Again, not long after we saw EnVyUs have a similar meltdown, that's trumped it. Great CSGO meltdowns. Someone do a top 5 on that. Yeah. But before we end the segment, it's only fair that we do say some good things about Kinguin. Nobody gave him a chance. None of us on the desk gave him a chance.
Well, I gave him one map.
Well, you gave him one map. I mean, we all thought they were going to.
Who in your right mind?
Yeah, of course, exactly.
Who in your right mind is like? You're not going to predict Kinguin over VP.
I agree with you. It's
in a best of 3. Best of 1, okay, I can say
it's the smart play, but, you know, we're talking about the Virtus.pro meltdown. Let's talk about some of the things Kinguin did right. Okay. So I'll start with you on that.
So the most interesting thing for me was Fox actually being the main rifler this time. Yep. He actually picked up that role really well. Like, I guess he moves into more of a support role now that Maikelele's picked up the main AWP. But for me, Fox was getting really important frags and actually being alive, and he won a couple of clutches as well on cash. So for someone to go from one of the best Portuguese AWPers in the world to actually adapt, pick up the M4 and manage to fit into that situation was really impressive for me. Maikelele as well, he had some really amazing explosive rounds as well, but there was some rounds as well where he missed some sitting shots, something like you would expect 90% of AWPers to hit. So I think Maikelele, like, he's still finding the form and getting back into that role, but some amazing rounds from him.
And what about you guys? Just overall thoughts about Kinguin and how they're looking and how we think they can do maybe overall in the tournament. Do we need to revise?
No, it's very straightforward what was done, at least on the last map. It's just when you have a team that relies on aim to get the job done, the vast majority of the time, CT side is when you need to shine, and boy did they come through. On that last map, that was it. They had the CT side, they had to maximize the rounds that they could get, and they just ran away with it. And at that point, Virtus.pro just helped them along, but that's how King would need to do it. CT side, they just need to get the headshots.
Anders?
They were quite good at winning pistol rounds as well. I think that's gonna make a difference in the future. Like, if you can win all your pistol rounds, you're already doing pretty well. So,
can I just touch on the pistols quickly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just with Virtus.pro's pistol, especially on train, their T-side pistol, it seemed like they were kind of overthinking it. Like 90% of teams these days will opt to rush B with the Glock train, full armor and stuff. You saw Virtus.pro actually do that. They killed Scream on the lower round. They had a really nice, easy kill on there. And instead of just committing to the site, like, 95% of teams would, I'd say. They decided to overthink it, went back to outside, lost a frag out there, rotated back inside. Instead of just keeping it simple, I feel like they were overthinking their approach to Kinguin. I think they could have just kept things simple and actually pulled a lot of rounds out of the bag there.
And that's the one point that needs to be made right now is where is the leadership on VP? Because this entire best of 3, what is it? It's like they get entries and then they're like, oh no, wait, hold on, let's go back over to this way, and then we're gonna go this way, and it's just like, where's the guy who's just saying, this is what we do, guys, do it now. And it doesn't matter if it's a good or a bad call, that's what you do.
And that was the observation, the last observation we made before our jaws dropped and we were watching the horror show. It was like they were playing like the mixed team. They were playing like the side that had no strats. They were just buying 5 AKs and on the T side and hoping for picks and hoping it was going to work out. Not the Virtus.pro we've come to know. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for all your thoughts on that one. We're now going to take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to be back with the next game of the day, which will be NIP versus Team Liquid. Do not go too far. It's going to be an awesome day here in Valencia. See you soon.